Man, our guys, they battled, they fought. Plenty of opportunities to give up, especially being shorthanded. We had Malik out and DeMar out, and then Domas went down with cramps in his back, and our guys found a way. And man, my man Foxy showed up tonight. Give those guys credit. Minnesota played a hell of a game. They shot the three ball very well. It seems like when they play against us, they knock down those threes, and they had another big night from the three-point line against us tonight. We didn't shoot it as well as we wanted to, but it's a lesson learned for all of us. And not just Keon. Bless you if that was a sneeze, but down the stretch, we moved the ball. Keon had a wide open shot from three, and he drove the ball. And we keep telling our guys to let it fly, let it fly, let it fly. If you're open, you got to shoot the ball because you're going to get a worse shot if you don't, especially when you have guys like Gobert and Edie and Klingon and Wemby, all these big guys at the rim sitting back there. We can't drive it and shoot over the top of them. If we're going to drive the basketball, we got to get in there and we got to spray it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep telling our guys, because I believe in all of them as shooters, we got to let it fly. But our guys did a fantastic job of fight, led by Fox and Domas, but of fighting to get back in the ball game. We just have to continue understanding when we're open, shoot the ball, and don't drive and try to shoot over the top. And we did it early in the game, 2 or 3 possessions in a row where we drove in there and tried to shoot over the top of their guys that are 6'10", and then Gobert, who's 7'3", and took tough shots. We don't want to do that. We want to play off of 2 feet, keep your dribble in order to play off of 2 feet, or keep your dribble in order to spray the basketball. But again, it hurts because our guys fought so hard to give us a chance, and we had a really, really good chance. But you got to give Minnesota credit. They did a heck of a job knocking down big shot after big shot when they needed it.
Coach, how do you describe how do you describe what you saw from De'Aaron down the stretch? What do you tell a guy like that when he's that on fire with the greenest of lights down the stretch?
He's an all-star, and the sky is the limit for him. He knew we needed help, and he put us on his back, and he almost carried us to the finish line, but he did everything in his power to get us there, and it was a spectacular performance by him. But I will say this, he's more than capable of getting to his spot and getting a good look every time down, no matter who's defending him.
Mike, 2 things for you real quick.
Yeah.
You've been a part of a lot of big games in your career. At what point do you realize in a night like tonight, this is one of those ones?
I don't know. I didn't think of it that way. You try to win the game no matter who's in front of you. Our crowd was fantastic. The energy that our guys got from the crowd helped give us a boost. But I guess I don't think of it as a big game. I just thought it was a game to win, and obviously Fox was having a big game, and that was probably fun for the fans to watch. But didn't really think of it that way.
And then obviously you can't expect anywhere near 60 every night. But what do you think about how he was able to score that tonight can carry over?
I tell you what, man, when he wants to get to his spot, whether that's to the rim or right inside the paint, there's nobody that could stop him. He's that good. He's freaking the fastest guy in the league. He's strong. He's long. He's athletic. He's got a really good feel. And this guy, I keep saying this on both ends of the floor, the sky's the limit for him. Hell of a game.
Coach Brown, the Timberwolves, they came out in that third quarter with a 12-0 run, but then started that fourth quarter. That's when you guys got it going on. Did you say anything, hey, we're still in this game even though we're 16 points down? Because that's when the Kings went on a 14-2 run or 14-0 run at that time.
Yeah, it was just a lot of time left in the basketball game, and we just kept telling our guys and encouraging them. Malik was fantastic on the bench. I mean, Malik, he was talking an awful lot to all of our guys, encouraging our guys, helping our guys out, and so that was huge for us too, for guys to feel his presence during the game. But all of us, we just kept telling them there's a lot of time left. We got to string some stops together. Foxy kept saying, string some stops together, and then let's get out and let's run and see what we can get in open court against these guys. Don't let them get their defense set. And we found a combination that worked. I think J-Mac was on the floor at the time. Fox was on the floor, Trey, Keegan, and maybe Doug. And that group did a nice job trimming into the lead some, but it started with us getting stops on the defense end of the floor. Because, again, even if we're not shooting it well, we're eventually going to break out of whatever shooting slump we have.
Mike, again, 60 points is a franchise record for you guys dating all the way back to the beginning of time for the Kings. Just where does this, for you, sort of place in your time with the Kings, watching a player have a moment like this, and how can he build off of something like this?
Like I said, and we talked about a little bit before the game, we want to encourage him to keep trying to get downhill, keep trying to put pressure on the defense because it's going to make the game easier for everybody else. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, huge performance, spectacular, gave us an opportunity to win versus a very good defensive team with length. And, it's tough because a lot of people are going to talk about the 60 points, which they should, but it's tough because we lost the game. And so for me, I know probably for most of the guys, I'm thinking about that a little bit more than the 60 points, although the 60 points was impressive.
Coach, another 60-point question, but when you got a guy going like that, how much does that change the game plan, and how do you kind of coach up the other guys with helping them out and trying to get that victory?
We got to defend. If you got a guy that's cooking like that, you got to defend. You got to box out. McDaniels had a big offensive rebound. We get that rebound, we go up, 5 or whatever, 4, and we're in control of the game. But everybody else has to do the little things. They gotta embrace the little things to try to get over the hump. And if they send 2 guys at them or 3 guys at them, if you're open, you gotta let it fly. You gotta let it fly, and that's what we keep telling our guys, that you have a guy like Fox is generating all that attention. We got to embrace the details or the little things to try to get the win while taking any open shot that we get from anybody else.
Mike, what can you share anything just that we might not have seen or heard in terms of what was on the floor, on the sideline, the leadership, that was either coming from Fox or the encouragement that he was getting from coaches, teammates? Can you take us kind of inside the huddle, so to speak, just a little bit?
You said it yourself. Everybody was, hey, we got to defend. We got to defend. Foxy was like, we got to string some stops together. Malik was talking to everybody. He was keeping everybody's heads up, their spirits up. You could feel, we all felt Malik's presence on the sidelines, and so it was a great vibe. It was a great vibe on the sidelines, and that has to continue going forward because we need it from everybody.
Mike McLaughlin, you mentioned a little earlier, on the floor during that big push to start the fourth quarter. These last 2 games giving you some really solid minutes.
Yeah.
I know you're still trying to figure out with the training camp and everything, figure out this rotation, but what have you seen out of him over these last 2 games, and how comfortable are you with finding the right spots for him?
He's been fantastic, man. He's a guy that could take some pressure off of Fox because he can play pick and roll. He's got a good feel. He's going to make the right play usually with the basketball. And then he's kind of crafty defensively. He knows how to play great positional defense. He can harass the ball a little bit, and if you leave him open, he's going to shoot that rock. So he's been great for us. And then what a great guy too. And I got to find opportunities to get him more time on the floor. Thank you. Thank you, guys.